Hello, this is Dr. K, and today I've been really asking myself, what do I need to do in this time of great change? No matter where you sit on your beliefs of any of this, there's going to be a lot of change. That's inevitable. And I want to be really honest and really transparent in the fact that this has been a really scary time for myself, for my clients, for my patients, for my friends, for my family, for all people. There is great changes coming. And to me, and to the people that I'm connected to around the world, which are the ones that really love to be near the earth, in a van down by the river, on the ocean, saying prayers on their knees. I talk to people and I say, what do you think this is all about? And they're like, I don't know, there's a level of energy to it, There's the yin and the yang, the hard and the soft, the wet and the dry, the up and the down, the inward, the outward, right? There's all of this kind of balance concept. And there's certainly this energy of government and rules and medicine and oppression and all these things. And I started to talk to these really, really beautiful people, and these people very much not in their feminine, right? But they're the counter force. If there's a force of people running around with machine guns and people running around with big ideas and rules for the rest of humanity, but there's also people like myself that kind of sit by the river and pray. Or we sit and we write and we journal, or we sing songs, or we care for our children. This is the feminine, masculine counterforce. It's just an archetypal energy. It's woven into everything. The man and woman matrix, like with your mother, father, or with you and a partner. It's just in the thing, it's just wrapped up in the soup. But you are that counterbalance. If you're really already still listening to this video, you are somebody that is that counterbalance. And the whole game of this place that we've ended up here on this planet, in this place in time, in the greatest moment in human history, the greatest change ever globally. Let's just be honest with ourselves. No matter what we think the etiology or causation of it is, it's big. And when it comes down to this, if I'm working with a patient, and I've been with a lot of patients on their deathbeds, I've been with my mother and my father on their deathbed, I've been with myself on my own deathbed when I went through this whole thing. It's a long story. I literally died and I was resuscitated at 19. When you get to this point and a husband is like, my wife is dying of cancer, what do I do? And I can't do anything. I'm powerless, and I'm just wailing, and I'm thrashing, and I'm like a child in the grocery store wanting something that they cannot have. There's no candy bar for you, sir. And there's this moment of a recognition of this is a death. Death of a business, death of a family member, that's somebody that's passed away in some capacity, like one of mine did in this. Death of a future. Death of a financial system, possibly. Death of an electrical grid. There's a lot going on. Death of what we can really trust. Death of relationships and families breaking apart. I know partners that have totally broken apart on this. It's a death. And there's a lot of people that have been more close to the earth, not making anyone wrong or right. There's a lot of people that have been really close to the earth, meaning they've worked with the shamans, or they're working with the elements, or they're sitting by the river, they're on their knees. And then there's people driving Ferraris and living in big fancy buildings. When I had my big fancy practice, I was, I had a fun convertible and I had spiky hair and the tie and all this stuff. And it just was it swings, everything swings in our lives. We get something and we're like, that's not what I thought. I'm gonna swing to the forest. I get a little bored in the forest. I think I want a burrito. And you go out and you bring this wisdom back and forth through your life, and it swung for me into a very deeply and devoted spiritual path. And those folks of you that are listening to this that feel very connected to spirit, God, creation, the great condor that flies to the east, whatever you call that thing, to me, it's the same. And this is where all of us need to come together in a common interest. Doesn't matter your faith, or your religion, or your dogma, or your philosophy. We need you and your divine feminine power, which, look at this. As As the earth is divine masculine, this is the river, this is the divine feminine, flowing, powerful force. It's really nothing. You just drink it. Wow. Gives you life, but it's also nothing, and it's just water. Ooh. But water directed, very, very powerful, and that's the divine feminine, and it's about this flow, and it's about the things that are going to start to crumble and collapse. This death is going to move us and channel us in certain ways. And if we can just surrender in faith, in knowing, bringing your philosophy, your religion, your practices into your life. This is about a real embodiment. I think this is probably where the Christians would talk about the return of the Christ. Maybe that's true. I'm all about it. But regardless, it's the return of that Christ itself within ourselves, return of that Buddha nature within ourselves. It's the return of the divine feminine in ourselves. It's the return of the divine masculine, where we just say, I am all that is, ever will, and ever will be. And I'm commanding forth into my life, into my family, into my vision, what I feel is the most uplifting, loving, inspiring timeline for humanity. Because what we're seeing, the divine feminine, right? The masculine's running around, we have rules, we have guns, you must follow. And we're like, this doesn't feel so good, man. It's getting kind of weird. I think I'm going to go buy some food and hide out under a tree for a bit. Tell my mother I love her. But we don't need to hide. We're the counter force. Be like Wata. Bring that powerful energy that is you forth. Bring that powerful energy that is you, that beats your heart and pumps your blood and breathes your lungs and directs your hand, your feet, your eyes. I mean, this is all a miracle. We just forgot. Bring it forth. Bring that miracle forth. That's our work to do. There's a long-winded way of getting there, but I wanted to build a little context. That's our work. Wait a second. You mean I'm just sitting in a forest praying, hoping, intending, feeling, anchoring, expanding this feeling and energy, like Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, or Dr. Lynn McTaggart with the Power of 8, or many, many others. Dr. Candace Pert with the nucleotides, the power of the neuropeptides, that are the molecules of emotion that we feel and anchor into our body with conviction, knowing, and expansion. That, we're just sitting there on a rock. That's the counterforce. That is a fucking powerful counterforce. That is a powerful prayer. And any and all death, after seeing a lot of it in my practice, not because I'm a bad doctor, I'm not killing patients, but I mean, when you see tens of thousands of people, you're going to see sick people. I was one of those. You're going to have to level with people, son, and you're going to have to say, damn, this looks like death. I don't know. May not be. But what do you choose? And in those death moments, that client, that patient would either go off and die, or they would evolve, expand, and overcome. And that's the hero's journey. And then we like, woo, breakthrough, Dr. K, I don't have cancer now. Awesome. But this is a collective thing. This is all of us. Our relationships, our lives, our families, our freedoms, our foods, our environments, our sense of purpose, our sense of faith and trust. Like, what is going on? Can I still trust this? Yes. I'm calling that forth from you now. I'm asking that you bring that forth in a powerful way. Non-force is the most powerful force. Well, it's a counterbalance force. I mean, this river goes to the ocean. It is not the most powerful force. It's air, water, wind, and ether, and all that kind of stuff. You get it. That's what we are here to do right now. This is what I choose. This is what I vision. This is what I command in my life. This is the line that I draw in the sand and what I'll allow. This is what I feel. This is my sovereignty. And it's time we decide that. There's a line. Where are you going to draw it? And it's time that in that line, it's not fighting and force. It's non-force. We're the feminine counterbalance for you still listening to this. That's the anchoring of the heart and the love and the vision and what you see is possible for the world. So I invite you to join me in this. It's time to bring it in your individual practice. It's time to bring it into your life in a really real and true way. Please share this with somebody that may benefit from my long-winded rant. That you're not alone. There is many, many other people like you that are seeing the changes and we don't know what to do. But this is what I've chosen for my life. And some of you will choose it with me. Doesn't mean you have to quit your job. Just choose. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What do you love? God bless you. Dr. K here. I'll talk to you very soon.